Explain to us just your routine. Like for example, when you know you got a competition in September, for example,
Okay.
um, when do you start training for that competition, and then give some of your most memorable moments?
Well, you want to give yourself at least 3 to 4 months to get ready for a competition. Depending on what kind it is, you have to be very disciplined as far as your eating habits. Eating habits is like 80% of your actual training. Others are 20%, obviously. When you're training, you're pushing yourself past the point where you would normally take yourself. You know, you're doing that 15 reps, those 20 reps, slow, concentrated movements, overload principle. There's a lot of different principles that you can do in order to make your body a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger. But in order to do that, we put the size on first. Put as much muscle tissue as we can on you, not really weight. Once you do that, you want to cut it up a little bit. You want to define it. That's when you start doing a lot of cardio, a lot of pulling back on different things that you're eating, the carbs, the breads, different types of spaghetti. You can't have a certain amount of spaghetti, a certain amount of water intake that you're taking in. Everything is dependent on your diet. If your diet isn't good, I don't care how your routine is, it's not going to be there for you. You have to do your tanning. You have to be a certain color because of the lighting. You have to have your posing routine. You have to have a good posing routine. That's just for the audience. Conditioning is a real big thing too, because if you can't hold your poses, it doesn't matter how good you look. You're not going to be able to show it properly. Different ways as far as the different types of calories that you're taking in. If you're taking in a certain amount of calories, you have to make sure you're taking them in at a perfect time. Like if you're taking in 3,500 calories, you have to take in that every single solitary day. You have to train twice a day. You have to do your cardio in the morning. You have to do your cardio in the evening. You have to train your upper body a specific way, your back, shoulders, arms. You have to hit every aspect of your body from your shoulders to your calves. You can't have a weak point because the judges, there's 6 judges that's right in front of you, and they're critiquing you to see if you have, good muscle definition, if you have good size, if you have good stage presence, how your lighting is, how the color looks, how your posing routine is, how if your poses flow into the music. Everything is designed to. You have to have a perfect routine, no matter what you do. Your workouts, you have to be on a daily basis. You have to train a specific way, get your rest, massage therapy. Everything is put into it. So you have. It's a hard work routine to do.
I see.
It's pretty consistent, but you have to. Girlfriends, you can't really.
Wow.
For like 3-4 months. If you do have a girlfriend, I mean, she has to automatically know that hey, we can't do certain things.
Why is that though?
Well, it brings down your testosterone level, depending on the person,
Okay.
and you won't be able to train as hard, and your muscles gonna start getting flat. You start being weak on certain days, and you won't be able to train a specific way. You have to train harder and harder and harder each day, all the way up to the day of the competition. After about a week before the competition, that's when you start doing your dieting. Your water intake has to be taken down a lot. Your posing has to be perfect. Your tanning has to be perfect. Your conditioning, as far as your posing routines, you should be able to hold your poses at a certain time length too, to make sure that everything is being shown, from your calves all the way up to your neck. So it's a
So I'm going to cut you off, but so you mean when you have sexual intercourse, it flattens your body for anybody?
Well, it does 2 things. It weakens you, it brings your testosterone level down, so you can't lift the weight as much weight as you did the day before.
Okay.
And secondly, it does flatten your muscles, because you have full muscles when you've taken everything out of you, because when you have sex, you're gonna have fun with it, and everything. You're gonna have a long routine with that, and you're drained out. The next day, you gotta work out hard, especially if you have a coach. The coach is gonna be like, hey, come on, let's go. Let's put some more weight on here. You can't do it if the night before your girl beats you up.
Yeah.
So there's nothing you can do about it. You have to stay away from that. And all the way up to after the competition, you can do whatever you want. You eat eat whatever you want to eat to a certain degree. Be with your girl or your wife or whatever the case may be. But you have to be consistent with it. You can't do it right if you're not going to do it that way. Don't even waste your time to do it.
Give us the demeanor and attitude of your competitors when you're behind the curtains and y'all getting ready to go.
Everybody's tired. Everybody's fatigued. Everybody's carb depleted. Everybody is water depleted. They're just laying there sleeping or resting, trying to get ready just get enough strength to do their posing routine, and then get off that stage as quickly as possible. And
Wow.
but everybody watches each other to see how they look. Hey, is this guy, as defined as I am? It's always just a kind of a looking around to see, okay, that guy might be good, that guy might be good. So, and we it's hard to explain really.
Like for example, okay, let's use Ronnie Coleman and Flex Wheeler for example. Ronnie Coleman always win. When I look at the stuff, he has more awards. What is the difference about his body than Flex Wheeler's body?
Ronnie Coleman, his body type is completely different. He has a ton of size on him. He's a really massive, thick bodybuilder. As opposed to Flex, he's a huge guy, but he's more defined. He has more shape. He has more symmetrical shaping as far as his roundness, smaller waist, broader shoulders, small wrists, things like that, small joints that give him that illusion of having a huge, muscular, symmetrical body.
Gotcha.
Ronnie Coleman, he has the same thing, but he has a lot more mass on him. And there's different things that, just his genetics, his legs are humongous. He has, small calves, which is not good.
Okay.
But Flex Wheeler, he has bigger calves, he has more rounded shape, but it's just that Ronnie Coleman, he's a bigger guy. He's a lot more massive. He overpowers a lot of his competitors.
Is bodybuilding safe on your health? Because as you were saying, and I didn't realize you said guys are tired, ready to get it over with. So you train your body for this great opportunity to win an award, so you can advance. But like you said, everybody's in the back tired.
Well, it's probably the day of the competition you look in fantastic shape, but you're probably the weakest guy that you can. I mean, that's the weakest you can possibly be, is because you're depleted of water, you're depleted of food. You've trained so hard that you have very low amount of body fat on you. So you're almost, it feels like you're almost dying in a sense.
Wow.
But once they get done with that, they have to put the water back in their system, put the calories back on, and have to put a little bit more fat on them too. They can't stay like that for a long period of time, because it's very hard to maintain that.
Gotcha. Are you subjected to get like cramps?
Oh yeah. It depends on how you're training. If your eating habits are good, you shouldn't have to cramp, but most people do. Most people do cramp. It just depends on your potassium levels, your niacin, calcium, different other things that you haven't, or you have put in your system. You have to have those in there in order to do it.